Carolina with Greg T in the morning.
On 103.5 KTU.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, how you doing? I've met you before.
We
a bunch of
Okay, Melissa, right now this is the worst thing you could have said.
Wait, we're on air
I've
met
met you before.
No,
He
we're not
thinks he
live,
is
you know,
the
yeah.
biggest celebrity. He can't go to the
I'm a
Home
little bit of a
Depot in
celebrity, you
Manalapan
know.
without
You know,
people
your
stopping
voice
him.
is like
and-
iconic, by the way.
I tell people that. It's iconic. I have
No,
an iconic
it really
voice.
is.
Carolina, did you hear that? I have an iconic voice. I have an iconic
We'll
voice.
get one. Okay, you have an iconic
Iconic voice,
This is
yes.
getting worse as we go on.
That's
Well,
right.
103.5 KTU, the beat of New York. It is Carolina Bermudez with Greg T in the morning, and we have Melissa Gorga here from Real Housewives of New Jersey. Woo!
Hey, I've always wanted to say 103.5 KTU.
Oh, and you just did it.
How did I
She
do
says
it?
that to all her favorite
I know
stations.
exactly. She
No,
just
I
said that
really
over at
don't.
Z100.
That's a very specific one because, you know, I grew up on this. This
Nice.
is like
Yes.
stomping ground stuff right here.
Well, give
That's
us
great.
the beat of New York.
103.5, the beat of New York.
Oh, she
How'd I
could have-
do
You
that?
know what? Actually, I'm a little bit nervous now.
That's
You
pretty
know,
good.
because like
Don't be
this is-
scared.
I'm a little
You
scared.
know, I don't know
over
how long
here.
I'm going to stay on the Real Housewives of New Jersey, so.
You know what? Don't make threats like that. That's an empty threat right there because
Oh, okay, I
that show
love
is
that.
not going to survive without you.
I love
okay?
you.
I have been watching this season, and I'm going to call out Greg T right now. Greg T has no idea what's going on in the show.
Greg.
It's not. I'm still stuttering already. I didn't think she was going to go there with me. Now I'm like
I
caught
do,
off
I go
guard.
there.
You notice? I don't
That's
know.
okay.
Like,
It's fair.
I don't know what happened. When you guys all when the show kicked off, you know, in the very beginning, like in the height of like New Jersey Housewives, I was all over it. I never missed a single episode.
Okay.
And then I just think like reality TV took over, and there was just a plethora of shows to watch. And then I guess I kind of fell off a little, and then it just went by the wayside.
I'm going to disagree with you because the height is right now.
Really?
Absolutely.
Is it more
we are in
popular
the
today?
height of it. Yes,
Yes.
you are missing out.
100%.
Yes, it's crazy. It's like insanity. It's taken over. I mean, I've been on this show for 13 years.
Okay, I
Which
do know
can't
that.
even believe. You know, I look at you and I see your children. Antonia is getting.
Oh,
She's
I
getting ready to
can't.
go to college.
I know.
I feel like
didn't
I've grown up with your family.
You have. You
Yeah.
literally have. I had my son Joey. He was 2 months old.
Right.
And Antonia was 4. Gino was 2. So literally, you guys have watched. I just picked a college. We just picked a college for Antonia. Like, it's insane.
Where'd you
She's-
guys choose?
Well, she's not going to say it.
Okay.
Are you going to do a big reveal?
We
like
are
with
gonna
her?
do a reveal.
Yes, it's a big
Okay.
thing
So
now.
She'll be
That's-
upset. You know, they do
yeah.
that whole thing with the room,
The
and
room.
they decorate the whole room.
She has no
You have
idea.
to have cakes and shirts and all these matching Nikes, the whole thing.
My oldest is a
love
sophomore.
it.
We haven't gotten to that college thing yet. I'm dreading that.
Yeah. Okay. So
Right now,
she's-
I'm just getting ready for a Sweet 16. I'm
Yes.
getting- oh,
Okay.
please.
So I just did that a couple years ago.
Yeah.
That's a whole thing too. Oh
Gotcha.
my goodness.
Well,
Yeah.
now I do want to talk about the season because I have been watching. I am a loyal enthusiast of the Housewives of New Jersey. I do want to say these two new additions to the show. We have Danielle and I believe it's Rachel, right?
Rachel, yeah.
So how do they go about casting different people? Like what was happening in the cast and the dynamic last season that they decided to bring these two new women in?
You know, they don't cast Jersey that often. They don't recast Jersey.
Right.
We don't get a lot of new people. We've had the same cast for,
Yeah.
I want to say, almost 5 years straight, which is unheard of because all the other franchises, they get a new one here, a new one there. It's very hard to cast us because I think Teresa and I kind of can be polarizing. It's hard to blend. It's just, they keep it very the same usually. So for the fact that they brought 2 in, almost 3,
Yes,
we
because
have
of-
Jen Fessler
Yes.
also. I love it. I always ask for new. I want to revive and like bring some new, you know, we want to see what's going on in other people's
Yeah.
lives, you know? So
Absolutely.
I'm happy. They're so opposite. They're so different. Rachel, my son goes to school with her son, so I know her. Danielle was someone who was always kind of wanting to be on reality television. And
Right.
I have to be honest, I didn't know how that was going to go over with the fans, but they seem to really like her.
Yes.
Because sometimes they don't like it when they know someone wants it, right?
Right.
But they're letting, they are enjoying her. So that's awesome. I'm glad.
Well, you know, I do have to say this season has just been, I mean, what are we in? Like the 4th? Are we
13?
like, no, we're season 13.
Oh,
Are
yes.
we in the 4th episode, 5th episode?
We're going on to the 6th.
6th episode. Okay,
Yes.
so I mean, I'm
Wow.
all caught up. I want to point out something, and I hope that you don't take offense to this.
No, go ahead.
Here we go.
No.
Dun, dun,
It's
dun.
actually.
Yeah.
I want to say, I have never felt emotion like this until I saw you at Teresa's party. Joe decided not to go. You decided to go and represent for your family.
Yes.
when she said something in her speech, we saw you walk away and you went to the restroom. I don't think I've ever seen that type of emotion from you. I felt like it was real. I felt like it was very raw. You were very vulnerable. And not to say that you haven't been that way in the past, but I felt that. Did you think at that moment, what am I going to say to Joe when I go home? Because I feel like that was triggered from what she said in her speech.
That was a lot there. There was a lot there.
That was a lot. Yeah, it was a very emotional moment. I feel like, I'm not a big crier on the show. If you know me, I don't do that a lot. I hold a lot in. I'm not very ultra sensitive. Mm-hmm. It just felt very surreal to me to be in her backyard with her new life, her new husband, her housewarming party, and he wasn't there. And then it was triggered. It wasn't just, and he chose not to be there.
Right.
And that's fair. He chose not to be there. So I'm not putting that on Teresa for what she said. But for me, it felt like an ending in some kind of way. I felt very sad when I spoke to the girls. Mm-hmm. It just struck me, listen, this is not easy. We're human, right? It's sometimes it takes a toll on me. I grew up with these little girls since they're 2. I was at the hospital when every one of them were born. To feel the awkwardness and it's stressful. I'm only human. I break down. I am an aunt. I'm a mom. I don't want to see this family divided.
Right.
But sometimes it hits me that how divided we really are.
Well, I said, I didn't want to offend you because I've seen you cry before, but that one felt like it really got you.
Right. And if I could have held it in, I would have. And I think that's what, I always try to walk away out of the situation because I get almost embarrassed. I don't know what to say that you don't want to cry on TV. Yeah. Nobody really wants to do that. But so I always try to hold it in, but it just struck me. It struck me, especially because he's not there. They don't have their parents. It's just sad.
My
whole family
situation
works so different. My family with me and my sisters and my aunts and my uncles, we don't function like this. Mm-hmm. So it's so out of pocket for me when I'm in this situation and I can't fathom that this is what it is. And it just hits me certain times, especially this season. You'll see me do it a couple times.
Oh, wow.
How much say do you guys have at the end of the day for the editing? Are you allowed to go back and say, hey, listen.
0.
Really?
What? Come again?
I didn't know this. You legitimately, you have no say.
0.
Wow.
Absolutely 0.
And so are there moments where you look and you think, I wish they wouldn't have put that in?
Right.
Of course. All the time I'm or I wish I wouldn't have said that, because if you say or do that, you can't blame it on the editing. You said it. They're going to put it in. Sometimes things look like they're said to the wrong person or taken out of context. That's normal. But no, overall, if you say it and do it, it will be held against you, right? So you just wish you didn't do it. But that's part of reality television. You don't want to see perfect humans because nobody's perfect. So we do make mistakes on TV.
Right. Do they
we're
review
showing
with you? They say, listen, when it comes out, you may be a little uncomfortable because of the way it was edited. They don't give you a heads up.
If something is really bad or they caught something really bad, sometimes you'll get a producer friend that's close to you and be like, listen, I don't think you're going to like this episode, or, just heads up on this,
Gotcha.
But they're still going to play it though.
Well, that's
Trust
what
me
Lisa Hochstein said before from Housewives of Miami. She said that she got a heads up before the Mike episode, which is just mind blowing. See, I watch them all.
I know.
You
watch
do.
it. It's not like I don't know.
Something like that, they're going to tell you. If it's going to shatter your world in some kind of way, they're going to give you a heads up.
I just don't watch them every
therapy.
single day. but I
call your therapist.
Listen, I know you guys all exist. I see them sometimes on the background. My wife will put them on or whatever. But I just don't watch them every day like I used to. I don't know what happened.
Oh no, you're missing it, dude. Margaret and Jennifer, they need to just get in a ring.
She is such a fan. She tells me all the time.
And you know what? I try with Jennifer. Yeah. You'll see, season after season, because I can't figure out what her thing is.
Yeah.
And it's just that those two, though, they need to get in a ring, or they're just so crazy opposite. They just don't like each other. It's when they walk in the room, you just know it's on.
It is on like Donkey Kong. They just had this little backyard lunch barbecue thing.
I saw that you went to somebody's house.
Wild.
Right. Everyone's in the backyard.
Yes. Jennifer said the neighbors are listening.
Yes, I did see that episode.
I mean, it's just they got to calm down.
And I love their you don't get a chance to tell me. You can't make my decisions for me. My anxiety gets crazy.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
When they start calling each other names and stuff, I saw the reactions, your face, and I saw, also Jackie was there. You know, is there ever a point where you guys like really step in and just say like, girls, this is just not it?
I did that. Yes, I was like, guys, this is like way out of pocket.
Right.
Like we're going too far to the left.
Yes.
Like I'm like, it doesn't need to go. You can disagree without screaming like savages and calling each other names.
Yeah,
Right?
I get that
Absolutely.
from you guys. I think that your family is very level-headed that way, where I think that you're kind of like, you know, why do we have to act like animals and be so angry at each other? I think that when you said before how family is really, you know, very important to you, I think that you really do, you know, hold that. That's at least what I get from you when I watch you, and, you know, when I watch your conversations, you know, at home. I think like you're very true to your family, and I think that's very important to you. I mean, that's how it comes off.
Thank you, but that's the fact. That's how it is to me. For me, and I know it sounds so cliche, but like family to me is everything. Yes, we work hard, we have nice things, but we do it for our family, right? And we believe in memories. I'm big on making memories. Like we have family events. I love backyard parties. Like we make vacations together, right? So it's like that's what I'm all about. Like backing each other up. And so it's very hard for me when you know, these two over here don't.
Yes.
My husband's
Well,
in
we'll
the
have
room.
to keep watching this season. I know you can't give anything away, but my hope is that at least something happens where we can smooth it over and at least be in the same room.
I'll never say I don't hope for that in the future. I will
Yes.
never say that because that's a very sad thing to say, that a family doesn't come back together eventually. I know many families that people don't talk to their uncle for 20 years and then he's at Christmas and they're happy and they don't know where the time went.
Exactly.
And I hope that doesn't take 20 years. I hope it doesn't take 5 years, but eventually, hopefully everyone gets back on the same page.
Well, you
know?
have so much going on. You have your store. Let's talk about it. I saw
Yes.
you shopping for it. So
Yes.
how is the store going? Tell everybody where they can come and see you.
Yes. So Envy by Melissa Gorga is in Ridgewood, New Jersey. Awesome store. We just went bigger and better there. So great. And we're also online at envybymg.com.
Okay.
Such cute fashion. Fashion has always been fun for me. Ready to wear. We have jeans, dresses, just like really cute things that, you know, a lot of it I would wear, but also just for everybody. So it's been awesome. That's an awesome part of being on the reality show and being on Bravo TV is that I got to create a small business as a mom, with 3 kids.
Yeah.
And I built it from the ground up and people got to see my struggles with that and how hard it was to kind of convert from just a stay-at-home mom into a businesswoman.
Well, and I think that people appreciate that, you know, because your husband was very vocal and he was very honest about it. And, you know, I mean, Tarzan really missed you during that time when you were establishing yourself, you know, but it shows that the real life struggles of a marriage, you know, but now look at you, you're successful, you're branching out and you're doing other things too. I hear you have a fitness line. So tell me about that.
Yes, I have a fitness accessory line. It's available in like Burlington Coat Factory, all big retail stores, you know, Marshalls. So that's very, very exciting. It's all at-home workout equipment, a huge line, which I always get questioned all the time about my workout routine. So I figured I do work out at home very often.
Yeah.
So especially during COVID. So we came out with this whole line of fitness accessories.
That's great.
Yeah, so that's awesome too. I also have a podcast. It's called On Display.
No, you can't say no.
So busy,
no.
so busy.
You cannot say the title of your podcast without singing it. That's
On
like
display,
on display, on display.
What a fan.
Each
Unreal.
and every day, every day. See,
On
I could sing the
display,
theme
on
song.
display. I want to do
Not
on
ready
display.
to
I love it. Now,
On
also
delay, on display. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
on display, not delay.
I don't know
On
the
delay.
words.
When he said on delay, on delay.
So the title of your podcast, it's called On Display.
Yes.
But you can't say it without singing it. But also, who's on this podcast with you? Like, who do you invite on? Tell us more about it.
So it's really my way of being unfiltered without any editing. I have a lot of my like friends, celebrity guests, other housewives. I had Jillian Michaels come and talk to me about nutrition.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, I try not to keep it just as like a housewives recap because I do enough housewives, right?
agree. Right.
I want people to learn who I am outside of housewives. So it's about relationships, marriage. I have Joe Gorga come on. He tells women what men want, you know. So,
Oh, you know, because we don't get enough of that in this world. You know,
That's right.
I
because
wanna
he doesn't
hear.
let us know enough. But yes, you know, so he'll give his.
I like his take.
Yeah, you know what? It's not just sex,
Right.
by the way.
Yes.
It's also just like emotionally and like, you know, what we can do to make the relationship better at it from his perspective and also from my perspective.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of relationship going on. I bring my mother on, my sisters on. You know, I've had so many different guests. So it's really a lot of fun. It's unfiltered. It's every Thursday morning wherever you get your podcast. So
You know, speaking of doing stuff away from the show, so you're on TV all the time. The cameras are always following you. But when you're done, what are you watching? What kind of reality shows do you watch?
Geez, what do I watch?
Right, 'cause you
Grey's
have your own
Anatomy on repeat.
Do you really?
Okay, so you're
Grey's
Grey's-
Anatomy?
I am a huge Grey's Anatomy
I
fan.
always wondered, like, people that are on TV, they got to watch TV. and
Right,
yes.
And you're on reality shows, but there's got to be other reality shows that you love.
What
So,
other
yeah, what's-
housewife franchise do you love? Which one can you not miss?
Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills.
Yes,
is
I've always
so
been
great.
drawn to Beverly Hills. I liked OC. I know
Okay.
that they're bringing Tamra back, so we'll see what happens with that.
And I'm not rolling my eyes at that. I'm just saying, like, OC is like everybody watches it.
Everyone
you know,
knows it. It was the
everybody knows it, but
original.
like,
What about Vanderpump Rules?
Potomac is huge.
Should I
oh my
not-
gosh, wait a minute.
Should I not say so? I
Where
don't
do
know.
we stand on the
I know.
Scandival? We've got to talk
mean,
about
I
it.
don't know. Okay.
Okay, wait. I have to
I know
tell
my kids are big fans. That's why I understand.
Did you watch Vanderpump Rules? Do you
No.
understand the
Okay.
Scandival of it all?
I watched again the beginning, and then I fell off again. I don't know why.
Greg T,
But-
we came back on a Monday and he goes, "What did you do all weekend?" I said, "All I
Yeah.
did was watch Scandival updates."
I don't
said,
know.
Have you
the
ever seen
chokehold.
anything like this on
No.
Instagram?
So-
Wait, it just doesn't. It was like Angelina and Brad Pitt. It was like insanity.
What
I've
is
never
going
seen-
on with this?
So it's too long for me to explain
Yeah,
it
I
to you,
don't-
but I do want to talk to you about this whole thing because I feel for Ariana.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do
Ariana.
too.
Oh,
I
it's
feel
terrible.
like
It's
that.
terrible.
It's such a freaky thing,
Yeah,
and
I
the
know.
fact
It's
that they were
horrible.
all friends and sleeping at each other's houses together and doing all this thing, I think is very crazy. I will say though that, I know Lisa Vanderpump went on Watch What Happens Live and said they are crucifying them. I mean, it does happen, right? And so I think they're being really, really rough on,
Raquel.
on the cheaters.
Yeah.
Which I get it. They learned their lesson, but I mean, they want to like nail them to the cross.
Yeah, I didn't love that aspect of it, I'll tell you. I think it was just such a juicy story. Here you have a girl that people have embraced, they've taken her in, and then she's starting to sleep with the other woman's boyfriend, long-term boyfriend. The thing for me that I felt when I saw Ariana in the bathing suit shop and she's telling her like to come out of her shell and like, and encouraging her
to be a better woman.
It sounds just like what's going on with Ted Lasso. Like it's very similar.
He's trying to tie it together.
Ted Lasso.
He
It's
has no
very
idea.
similar.
He's
very
got
similar.
no idea. Now, he would be very jealous of you because you just co-hosted Good Day New York with Rosanna Scotto.
I did.
I am so in love with her, but why are we
You
going
are
there?
in love with
I'm so
her?
embarrassed again. Come
Oh my
on.
God! Wait, like
He's
really
obsessed.
obsessed?
I think she's great. I really do. I think she's great.
I think my husband is secretly obsessed with her.
Is she not
She's
fantastic?
sexy. She
No,
is gorgeous.
He loves her. He
Yeah.
loves her too.
She's
like,
a great looking woman.
Is hosting TV.
She's fun.
That is so funny.
Oh my God,
God,
Carolina!
Rosanna.
But it's
She's
true.
in St. Bart's right now, so
I mean,
yes.
listen, if they ever need somebody to come and fill in, is that something that you would like to do in the future? Like hosting and being on television in a different capacity rather than reality?
Yes, I think that's where I would be heading. Obviously, I can't do this forever.
Right.
I do enjoy hosting. I do enjoy talking to people, interviewing people. So I could see something in the future doing something like that when this is over. And I don't know how much longer this could possibly keep going, right? There's got to be a point where I say like, all right, listen, this has been a great run. I have met great people. I have great brands. I work with amazing people. Like, at what point do I say, okay, I'm done with the reality and ready to try new things? I don't
Interesting.
know. I'm not saying I'm there right
But what
now.
I was going to say also, something that, and please, can we turn on Joe's mic? He's standing over here and I love him so much. and he's
Joe,
literally
here, Joe,
like
we can share.
the only
I don't know
housewife
what's
show.
Yay,
Like
please.
this one. You
The
got
only
They're
housewife
all
show
on.
that my husband
they're
will
on.
watch.
Okay.
Take them all.
My husband
Yes.
does not
Yeah,
like the housewives.
There you go.
The only one he will tolerate and watch is Housewives of New Jersey because
man.
of the male dynamic. You
Yes.
guys have created something so cool with all of the husbands on the Housewives. So, you've become such a big part of it. When Melissa makes that decision and decides that she doesn't want to do it anymore, would you want to continue doing it?
The housewives?
Yeah.
No. Absolutely not. no.
He's done now. He would be done now.
Really?
Yes.
What
Yes.
about a show just based on you two and your family?
Yes.
Would there ever be a discussion about that or a spinoff?
I mean,
Yeah.
we've talked about it. I do think it's a lot of pressure on your kids when you decide to make it about your family.
Right.
I prefer to be on an ensemble cast. I really do, because then it's very focused on your children, and they have to find drama somewhere, right?
Right.
And we get enough heat on the show because we show kind of like the normal side and
do.
you know
That's right.
we don't have the tumultuous right, it's not like always we show the other side, so it would be
I
hard
agree.
to just show all the crazy if it were just us.
Right.
The day Bravo says, we're done or whatever, and it's we'll be all right. I guarantee we'll be on some kind of comedy show or
Well, speaking of
together
comedy, are you
show,
still
and-
doing comedy?
Yes.
You're doing stand-up,
yes,
right?
Yes. Took a little break. I'm a little tired, but
Okay.
I'm gonna. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
when can people see you? Where can we go? Because we want people to come and see your shows and
We're gonna
support.
I'm gonna start up again now. Probably in
Yeah,
about
he just
a month
finished
and
the
a half.
whole run, and we're taking a break. He doesn't have any scheduled right now.
What's it like at home when he's walking around just trying out the jokes on you all
Oh
day?
my
It's like-
God, he doesn't. He won't. You know what he does? He won't do that. He won't let me because he knows that I'll criticize or that I'll be like, "Oh, that's terrible."
You never
or,
do it with your family because they're the worst critics.
Is that right?
You don't want to
Okay.
edit either.
Yeah, I
you
don't-
want to go and give a show.
And be live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's all about
Absolutely.
me, half of it. So I'm like,
It
no,
is.
take that
It's about
out.
it's about
take that
marriage.
out. Or my kids, I'm like, you can't say that about Joey. He's like, but it's true.
You know,
I'm like,
you're
you
right.
can't do that.
When we'll do something, if my wife catches it, she'll come home and she'll say, I really didn't like what you said. And I'm like, it's none of your business.
Exactly.
She criticizes
Yes,
so much.
see, you have the same
I don't like
situation
it.
because they're and
I
because you guys are
agree.
talking about your personal lives,
Yes,
right?
yes.
He gets on that stage, I want to die and fall under the table
Yep.
because
I
you know
love
what
it.
he wants to talk about a lot, right? I
Oh,
mean,
obviously.
yes.
And we're
Sex,
here
sex,
for
So
it.
sex,
I'm
sex,
like,
sex.
is this real right now?
It's relatable. It's every
And the
You're
whole
right, you're
audience
right.
just stares at me the whole time. They're like,
Because
is
they want
she-
to see your reaction.
Yes, they're like, I'm
dying
like,
to
it's
They
not
love it,
about
they
me
love it.
tonight.
Yeah.
Look over there.
Now, just quickly, I know we've had you for a long time, and I could talk to you for hours.
I know, I love you
Seriously,
guys.
we have to do a podcast.
We do.
Joe, I do want to ask you, when the dynamic is not great with the ladies and the guys get together. I mean, we saw this with you and Louie, but that has a different kind of a
Different
take.
vibe,
I think
yes.
that's because of the family aspect, but. How does it affect you? Like, when Margaret's not getting along with Jennifer and then Bill and, Margaret's husband see each other. Like, do you ever try to be the peacemaker in there? And or do you guys keep it away from the guy
Yeah.
group?
Once the girls are getting they're getting their thing on, we just guys let's get another shot. Let's have another drink. We laugh about it. And we mind their business. That's what's great about guys. Guys, we shoot the shit. Can we
agree.
say it? Can I say that? We
Yeah,
shoot
of
the
course
shit.
we
We
can.
have and we just enjoy. We're not too catty
Yes.
about little things. We just
And if we
They're-
don't see
they're
each
make
other
it
for a
fun.
while,
They
we'll
make it
bump into
fun.
each other. It's like we're best friends.
That's
We've never
right.
lost time. It's
Correct.
perfect.
Who's
I
the
agree.
guy that surprised you the most with the friendship? Who did you form a friendship with on the show that was surprising to you?
Listen, I get along with everybody. I love everyone. I really do. I mean, I have an issue. Obviously, you've seen. I guess I don't want to say.
He's
it, but-
kind of like, you're like the fun guy on the
Yeah,
show.
I just
I
love
agree.
everybody.
You bring
I
everybody
really do
together.
agree.
I
Yes.
do.
Yeah.
I've
And they
never
kind of
met-
rally around him. They know that like if he walks in the room, they're gonna do shots, and it's like party time. And
You can put me in any situation. Put me in any country, anywhere. Put me in the desert. I get along with everyone. I really do.
I agree.
love everyone. I do. I just can get along with anybody.
Yeah.
So if you can't get along with me, you got a problem.
I think that's how it's always been coming. It always came across with you guys. It really did. To me, maybe I'm not the right person to ask, but that's how it always felt watching the show. How you guys were versus everybody else. For some reason, it was just
we're
came
very
out that
chill.
way.
If you don't
Yeah.
come for us in any which way, we would never like.
Right.
I truly
Yeah.
do not throw the first punch ever.
Nope.
I'm not that kind of girl. I never was my whole life. You're good to me. I'm good to you. That's
but like my
it.
mom says, if somebody throws a punch, you got to finish it.
You got to finish
gotta
it.
finish
See, I
that.
like that.
Yes,
No, and that's how I
absolutely.
got
I
as
always
far
say
as I
that.
have on this show. Otherwise, how do you survive? You can't
Right.
just let them keep punching you. The
Totally.
problem is when I punch back or
They
when
get
I say
mad.
something back, people get very upset because they're not
Right.
used to me.
The nerve of you.
Right, they're like, oh. So
Yes,
my
yeah,
biggest,
right?
well, my biggest problem is I'm held to a different standard.
Yeah.
Right, which is just not fair because
right.
sometimes maybe I want to play in the mud too.
I get
Well,
you.
before you guys go, I know you have to head back to Jersey. Greg T has a game that he wants to play with you. I did not
Yes.
preview this game.
Okay.
There's nothing dirty, nothing
Okay.
bad. This is
I
when
want to make
questions
sure.
attack.
Okay,
This
when
is very
questions
fun.
attack.
Yeah.
Greg T
what
is
is
going.
this? Oh,
All right, so it's
questions
loaded with
attack.
a couple of questions.
Okay, we push the button.
You push the button.
Okay.
Some questions will spit out. Whatever questions are spit out, then you got to answer. They're very simple.
Okay.
And there's nothing dirty. I swear. Nothing
Okay,
bad,
so
I
you
swear.
just got to answer the question. So go
That's
ahead.
it.
When questions
You
attack,
get to learn a little bit more about you. That's
Melissa
it.
Ready?
Gorga edition.
One more.
Here you go. Oh, God. Okay, see, look, they
There you
attacked
go.
her. They attacked her.
Wow.
Okay,
Easy
here we go.
questions. Easy
So
questions.
what is
Okay.
the first question?
What is your opinion on marriage?
Well, there we go. So,
Well, I mean, so
think we
that's an
talked-
easy one.
I didn't know what we were going to get into before I put
Exactly.
before I stuffed
Okay,
it.
mean,
skip
what's
that
my
one. That one's a
question?
dumb
Yeah,
one.
we're
Okay,
skipping
Greg,
that one.
What's
Okay.
this one?
Oh, who was your first kiss? How
Oh, that's
was
great.
it? And how old were you?
Oh
my God.
I don't even want to hear this.
That show is gonna melt right now. Okay, you want to hear a funny story?
Yeah.
So the other day, my sister Instagrams a fence guy in her backyard, like putting up her fence, and she's like, "This guy just told me he was Melissa Marco, my maiden name."
Yeah.
First kiss, and it was
Ugly son
yes,
of a-
his name.
He was ugly.
He was very
He was
handsome.
ugly.
His
That
name
was
was
terrible.
Michael.
He was ugly. That
let's
guy
say
was
his
a
name.
loser.
Michael's fences.
Michael's fences. Let's make pretend people are googling that right now. He was in my sister's backyard. He goes, "I was your sister's first kiss."
Oh, that is adorable. How old
yes,
were you?
I want to say like 7th
How did
grade,
you kiss him?
probably.
Oh my
Was
gosh.
it, do you remember?
Oh,
I
you
think.
calm down.
Listen to Joe.
You're getting
Joe's like,
jealous.
"Did you use the tongue?"
Oh my gosh.
Yes. I don't remember how it was. It probably wasn't great, but
Okay,
who
all
knows?
right. Well,
Oh,
we don't want you
okay.
guys fighting on the way home.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
You want to pull one?
Yeah, do another
I
one.
can't see it.
Okay, let's just push it. I want you.
See? When questions attack.
Give it to a good
that's
one.
of course he's gonna get this.
What is it?
What?
I can't see it.
Oh,
honestly,
what
my
do
eyes.
you think is your best physical feature?
Oh, there you go.
So what on your body, Joe?
Do we have time for
I'm
all
like,
of
this is like gag worthy right now.
Do I have all night? All
I'm
day?
into him.
How much time do
I'm
we
into
have?
him.
You know, you have no shortage of self-esteem,
looks
which I
good.
love.
You know,
Yes.
I love to love.
That's right.
And
you
I love
love-
myself. Everyone should love yourself.
When you look that
I
good, why
want
don't you want
this
to show it
message.
off?
No,
I mean
no,
that.
let it.
Yeah.
I want to hear. There are so many people who need to hear this message because there are so many people who their internal dialogue every day, they're just constantly beating themselves down.
Yes.
And you say you should love yourself.
Everyone is beautiful. I don't care who you are, what size you are, what color you are. We're all beautiful because we are who we are,
Yeah.
and we're on this earth to be what we're on this earth for something, right? And you have this chance to do it. So you are amazing. You are.
Me? I'm
He
amazing.
believes in
It's-
self-love, Joe.
Everyone should
Self-love.
love
No, he
themselves.
does.
And
Well, what's
I
your best
really-
physical feature, doll?
Everything.
You have to
All
pick
of it.
one. What would you think is
His
really the
cat
best?
muscles. I gotta
really
I'm
pick
dying
one?
for his
Yes,
answer, to
I
be
know, me
honest.
too, 'cause how can you
What's your
choose?
best physical feature?
My eyes.
Oh, yes.
yes.
The way I look at you, baby.
Yeah. I can't with this guy.
You guys, you are
Yes,
so
honey.
amazing. Thank you
Your
so much for
eyes.
coming in. We want
Thank
everybody
you.
to follow you.
Yes.
You're at Melissa Gorga.
At Melissa Gorga on everything. You can shop online, nvbymg.com. The
Yes.
cutest clothes.
I love it. You have such a great sense of style. We are going to continue to watch you and support you,
Thank
and
you.
we wish you nothing
Nice.
but the best. Continued success to you and your
Thank
family.
you. I love you guys.
for stopping.
103.5 KTU.
Carolina with Greg T in the morning.
On 103.5 KTU.